Alrighty then, because I'm not done with the fucking night, and fuck all of you. Anyway, um, so what are we doing right now? I'm responding or reacting to a video here. Activists disrupt ICE raid in LA County. Now, three guesses. This guy. This is the end of a one story here. What do you think this guy with the word sexual predator and elementary school are not in the report here? I'm just looking at this guy for 3 seconds. You already know what's going on with this guy. So we won't focus on him. We're focusing on the story right after this guy. Okay, so let's take a look together. Talk about it.
Across Los Angeles about threats of massive ICE raids targeting undocumented immigrants that could begin at any moment. The aggressive sweep was supposed to take place by the end of the month, but ICE isn't commenting on the status of the raids.
Carlos? Mike and Sher, we've seen more and more of these community organizations band together amid a crackdown on illegal immigration. Now they fear these large-scale raids, mass deportations, similar to what we've seen in other parts of the country. Tonight, they're reminding undocumented immigrants that they have rights.
Right to remain silent.
Immigrant rights activists have been hitting the streets, engaging with people like at this Van Nuys strip mall, informing them of their rights if approached by ICE agents.
So we're trying to tell people we both have both English and Spanish too.
Yeah, who are these? Are these lawyers?
To kick out ICE.
And that's what one of these community groups says it did on Sunday.
Oh, shit.
Interfering with two ICE activities.
Yesterday, we had more than 150 members of our coalition combing through the streets of Los Angeles.
Who's this guy exactly?
Our members alerted the community using megaphones, and they, also denounced the ICE for being there and asked them to leave.
This Alhambra parking lot is where
Can't do that.
believe they saw ICE agents staging early.
Can no do that.
Saying they deterred any enforcement action by using megaphones.
We know that there's
no. That's not going to work.
Our task is to defend families and not let people become separated.
They're sending families back anyway.
The Trump administration ramps up its crackdown on illegal immigration. Over the weekend, President Trump touted his hardline stance at the Conservative Political Action Conference.
Over the past few weeks, we've begun the largest deportation operation in American history.
An ICE spokesperson told KTLA, quote, "Due to our operational tempo and the increased interest in our agency, we're not able to research and respond to rumors or specifics."
They don't got time. They're busy. We're busy getting busy.
To their social media
18. Yeah, the number 18. Now that's important. I'll explain after this is over.
With a deadly weapon. White House officials say they're only targeting those with violent criminal records.
Although that's the narrative, people are getting caught in the crossfire. People who are not criminals.
Okay, so I have a lot to say about this, but we're going to show some numbers.
Especially here in the valley.
I want to turn your attention to this. What we are looking at before we go back to that video frame. ICE deportation stemming from interior enforcement and border arrests. Now, at the bottom is 100,000. At the top is 500,000, right? Orange is deportation from immigration and customs enforcement, ICE arrests, interior deportations from customs and border patrol. So arrests at the border. Okay, so blue is border patrol. And gold is, or orange is the ICE. So here we got 2008. We can presume safely that might be the Obama administration, okay? And going up a little higher to 2012, is that still Obama? That's still Obama. And it goes down and down. As we get towards Trump, it's way, way lower, okay? So for Trump, right now, well, for Trump's first term, it's just below 3. So maybe like 275,000, let's just say, for 2019. Okay, so that's pretty low compared to the others. I just want everyone to point. I mean, I'm sure there have been anti-ICE people out there before, but just remember that Obama was there first doing this stuff. I still remember. I still remember seeing from X post that Bill Clinton deported way more immigrants than this. So just saying stuff. Now let me say that you're doing basically the equivalent of what people would do is hold out signs and say, "No, no, there's a booze checkpoint. Go the other way. Don't go near the checkpoint. Go near the." My people are dumb. Okay, if you are not drinking and driving, what do you have to fear? Okay, so like, no, no, don't respect the sheriff. Go that way because there's checkpoints and you could be drinking and driving and shit. I'm like, just don't drink and drive. That's it. I mean, if you're 300 pounds and you had one beer, I think you might be fine. But you shouldn't be drinking and driving. I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't take any kind of weird drugs. I know Joey Diaz does, but I don't. I'm not Joey Diaz. Um, but you got people like with the red tape and honking their stupid little sirens or whatever the fuck, and it's stupid. You interfere with ICE agents, you get arrested. Okay, and for me, none of these people have done anything for me ever. These people have done nothing for me. I don't help them. Okay, I most of the people I've ever met legally came here. Okay, as I've said before, you can come here. I think I saw something earlier today that Trump is considering a $5 million or $5 billion gold card visa for people who have money. Or I think you have to purchase the gold card visa for citizenship uh, for $5 million. I'm not sure who he's going to get. I'm not sure if it's a bullshit tactic because you think drug cartels, drug leaders could have these cards, but we vet everybody that comes in. We have to. We have to now. As Joey Diaz says, we're supposed to be the United States of America. We're supposed to be patriotic, yet we're letting all kinds of people in unvetted. And people were unvetted just to keep the Democrats in power, which is why I think 2020 did not go the way Trump wanted it to go. But maybe it was necessary for us to have the administration that we have now. It would have been forgotten. I mean, we would never have had Tulsi. We would never have RFK Jr. We would never have had JD Vance. I mean, Mike Pence was a piece of shit. Was he really going to stay? No, he only turned traitor at the last minute when everybody turned on Trump. But anyway, this is necessary. This is part of the system. Okay, Obama deported people, Biden deported people, and Bill Clinton deported people. It's happened. Okay, but it happened way more in the past than it did now. But there is an aggressive approach that Trump is doing in contrast to those previously. Okay. And I hope he takes down those cages. Okay. That's it. 18th Street people need to go. They just say, oh no, there's people getting caught in the crossfire. That's the report. But it's like, you know what? And that's what she's saying. But it's like, you have to understand that people are getting food stamps and WIC and welfare. Those people cannot stay. If somebody wants to stay at an embassy, in Mexico's embassy, they can. If people want to get visas, they can. If people are doing a foreign exchange program where they can somehow work through a program, they can do that. They can also stay as a dependent on somebody's dime. If old Marieta's 75 to 80 years old, she's not in great health, but she's staying with somebody so them to take care of her, okay, not a problem. She doesn't vote. She doesn't buy property. She doesn't vote on the issues. She doesn't pay taxes, but she's living with somebody and they're paying her. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to rat her out. Okay, but there's just too many people coming in. There's too many people, and then you got the overseas problem with migrants preying upon women in Europe. What is that about? So no, I'm happy this is happening. It's always been happening. For those young people who don't know how to spell arthritis, it's always been happening since Clinton and others. I don't know if I have the exact numbers for Clinton. Here's Statista. Foreigners deported and returned from the U.S. So most of them had to be deported. That was a low number versus them returned. So it was way higher in the 1980s. About here, I think the 90s in the Bill Clinton era, I think it was almost 2 million here. Okay. And then you go way, way lower. See how it's way, way lower in the 2010s? What does that tell you? Here, definitely more than Biden, but Biden still deported people. Okay. It still happened. Trump deported way more, but Obama deported way fucking more. Okay. These are the total cases of deportation and actual deportation. So for Ronald Reagan's first and second term, let's go over here. Over 4 million, right? 4 million. Okay, so Let me see. Hold on. 4 million, 5 million. So you got Ronald Reagan's first and second here on the left. These left bars here. So this is Ronald Reagan's first and second. 4 to 5 million. 4 to 5 million for George H.W. Bush. Actually, George Herbert Walker Bush has 4.5. Bill Clinton 5.4. But look at this. Shoots right up to 6.7. Look at that. And then George W. 4.7, 4.5. That's these ones on the far right. Let's get to Barack Obama. 3.1, 2.8, right? And then we get to Donald Trump. It's about 3.1, 4.4 for Mr. Joe Biden. So, just so you know, this has always been happening. I mean, remember, the only one I really felt bad for was Elian Gonzalez. Remember that? Elian? Yeah. His mother died in a boat drowning thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for now. Happy trails to all of you and who you voted for.